wrap-up and my May to be read. Sorry for the lighting, it is raining and I can't control that. But yeah, let's get on to the books that I read. For this month, I read a total of 7 books, which is amazing because these past 3 months have been like horrendous for me for reading, so it's like I'm back in the game. Like, guess who's back? Back again? No. What's the other one? My friend's back and he's gonna be in trouble. Hey now. The point being that I'm back in the game, and I hope it continues that way because to these last 3 months. The first book I read was Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. I actually have a review video up on this, which you can click the book to go see. And keep in mind, all the books that I will be showing you all have their own reviews on my blog. So if I don't talk about it too much in this video, you can always visit my blog and there will be a really in-depth review of what I thought about the book, which the link will be below. Anyway, I guess I have a review video up on this. I really liked it. I was expecting a little bit more, but hopefully the series will continue to get better with each book. And yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I just wanted a little tiny bit more, but overall I did enjoy it. The next book I read was Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delalari. I don't know. This book was awesome. I'd say if you love Perks of Being a Wallflower, you will love this book. Now, if you guys don't know already, I wasn't a huge fan of Perks of Being a Wallflower, so I was kind of hesitant with this one, but I loved this one. It was amazing. I gave it a 4 out of 5. There was some quirks in it that I didn't enjoy, but overall I really liked it. It's a great character progression. It's kind of a sad book, so don't pick it up thinking light and fluffy things are ahead, because they're not. It's going to be really dark and sad things in this book, but it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'd say if you love Perks of Being a Wallflower, this is told like all in letter format. And what I loved about this is that, you know, this whole book is started with this girl has an assignment to write to a dead person, so she just continues to do it, and you learn about the celebrities that she writes to, like Judy Garland and Heath Ledger. Like you learned about their life before they were famous, and it was awesome in getting an insight to that. It was very awesome. What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and this also has its own video review, so you can click the book to go visit that, and I love this. If you guys don't know already, Huntley Fitzpatrick wrote My Life Next Door. I gush about that book all the time, so of course I would love this one. This was a sweet, summery romance read, so I definitely say on a nice breezy day you need to pick this up. Not breezy day, it could be hot, I don't know. I definitely say, you know, if you want like a lighthearted, fun, cutesy read, this is the book for you. I gave this one a 5 out of 5. I love the characters in it, I love the progression, I love the romance. I just loved it. This book I read is actually being lent out to a friend, and that is Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. I decided to read this with the book explosion, and I just heard so much hype about it, and it was really awesome. Now, Rachel Hawkins also wrote the Hex Hall series, which I still have right here on my shelf, which I haven't read yet, but this Rebel Belle was so funny and entertaining and lighthearted and kind of sarcastic. It's about a girl named, I forgot her name, but she becomes like a paladin, and you know, she has to protect her enemy in school pretty much, and it's so funny and witty, and I really loved it, and I'm glad there's gonna be more in the series. I could see this being a great standalone, but I kind of like that it's gonna be a series because I just love this book so much because of its humor. I love humorous books, so I gave this one a 5 out of 5, of course, because it was just pretty awesome. Next book I read a lot of contemporaries this month. I don't apologize for that because I love contemporaries, is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. Now, I'm no stranger to Jenny Han. She wrote the Summer I Turned Pretty series, which I loved, and I was super excited when this came out. If you guys don't know, the premise about this is about a girl who has all these crushes, but she writes, instead of telling her crushes that they're her crushes, she writes them a letter and puts it under her bed and forgets about it, and then one day her letters are sent out, and yeah, and the ramifications for those crushes comes back. And I really enjoyed this. I will say I did like the Summer I Turned Pretty series a little bit better because I feel like I could relate to the characters better. With this character, I liked her, she's young, so she has a lot of growing up to do in my eyes. I love the family dynamic in this book, and I love the sisters in this book. I would love to see a book strictly on her older sister, Margot I believe her name is, and I think she's not going to be liked in this book a lot. She's very strict and stuff like that, but I think there's a good side to her. Oh, there is a good side to her, obviously. I want to see a different side of her. Anyway, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 because I wanted to see more to do with the letters. I felt like this book, I felt like we could have seen more like ramification from the letters. Like I wanted more of it, if that makes sense. Because there wasn't that many letters, but I wanted more of it. But overall, I really did like this book. It was a cute book, and I definitely say if you like contemporary to pick this one up. The next book I read was actually sent to me in review, Love and Other Foreign Words by Erin McCannon. I don't know. This is about a girl named Josie who is like super smart, like smart to the point that when I was reading it, I felt so stupid. I don't think I'm smart, but I think like I can hold my own, and then I read books like this and I'm like, nope. Anyway, this is about Josie who can like speak pretty much any language, like, you know, the language of friends, the language of high school, language of college, but the one language she cannot speak is love, and this all starts when one of her older sisters decides to be, or one of her older sisters gets engaged to this guy who is very insufferable in my opinion, and she just is trying to break them up, and she's trying to learn the notion of the language of love. And yeah, I like this book. Josie was kind of a likable character. There's just, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't connect with her because I understand the language of love. I love the language of love. Like if there was I could take a freaking class on it and do great in it because I just love love so much. So it was hard reading. I was hard reading a character that just, you know, didn't really understand love, that she was still young, but she just didn't understand, like, you know, yes, two people can be totally different, but can be completely right for each other, you know, because I think that's how love is. I think if you're exactly like your significant other, then it's probably gonna get boring. You need to shake it up a little bit, you know? That's just me though. So I like this book. I wish there was a little bit more with it, but I like the ending of it. I wish the ending got there a little bit sooner, but I did enjoy this one. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I liked it. I didn't love it. And the last book I read was a total random read. I just bought this book the other day because it was on super clearance, and that is 5 Summers by this person. And I've had my eye on this book for quite a while because I love the premise of it. It reminds me very much of the Sister of the Traveling Pants series, which I love because that is all about friendship as well as this book. This book is called 5 Summers because it takes place within 5 summers at this camp where all these girls meet, and it takes place, like, they last saw each other when they were 15, now they're 17, they're all coming back to camp reunion. 2 of them have been there for a while though, they've been like counselors and stuff like that, but it's all about the reunion and like coming to terms with being friends again, having some secrets unleashed that weren't so good, and all that kind of stuff. I like this book. I like most of the characters. The one character I could not stand was Skylar. Like, I'm sure a lot of people feel sympathy for her, but I was like, no, you better own up. And I did like this one. I definitely say if you like Sister of the Traveling Pants and books about friendship, this book will be great for you. It's a great summery camp thing, and I've never been to camp, so I couldn't relate, but I should have gone to camp. Why didn't you send me to camp, Mom? But I did like this one. I gave it a 3 out of 5, so yeah. So that was all the books I read in April. Out to the books I plan to read in May. There's a lot of books coming out in May. This whole year I felt like I haven't really delved into my shelf. I've just bought new books, and the books that I've bought I immediately read, which I enjoy, but I'm like, I need to, you know, tick away a little bit at the shelf. So the first book I plan to read is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and stay tuned for that because I have a special announcement about that book coming up in the next week or so. I freaking love Morgan Matson. Morgan Matson wrote Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. She wrote Second Chance Summer, and I just, I love, it's a contemporary one. This is about a girl who has she's really kind of sheltered, and then she meets her best friend. Her best friend's kind of wild and adventurous and makes her do crazy things, and then, you know, one day this best friend just moves away and disappears, but she leaves a list for her, forgive me, I don't know the names. It's different when you have the book in your hand. But the best friend that disappeared leaves a list for her other best friend of things to do so she can be more adventurous and stuff. It may sound like mundane things, but it's kind of cool, and I expect to love this one because I just love Morgan Matson's books. The next book I plan to read is The One by Kiara Cass. That is going to be the 3rd and final book in the Selection series. And I will say that this series by far has one of the best covers schemes I've ever seen. Like, they are beautiful, and you know, before you're like, wait, girls in dresses, these covers actually make sense to the book, because if you don't know what the series is about, it's about a girl named America. It's basically like The Bachelor in dystopian world, where these girls compete to be the queen, to be the princess of Prince Maxon. Yeah, that makes sense. The second one, I wasn't a fan of America at all in it. I think she was just like, I was like, stupid. So I hope that this last and final one will give us a lot of closure. Hopefully America will like, you know, learn and like do the right thing. But I'm very excited for this one. And I will say it's not one of my all-time favorite series, but I highly enjoy this series. Next book I plan to read is After the End by Amy Plum, if I'm correct. This is kind of a dystopian one where this girl, she lives in like this camp and that the world is completely desolate and this like awful bomb thing or something happened, and then one day all of her camp people are gone, and then she starts to, you know, try to find them, and then she learns that there is civilization is strong and steady as ever, and she's gonna have to acclimate to that. So I've had this on my wish list for a while and I can't wait to read it. We Were Liars by E.G. Lockhart. This book has been talked about a lot recently, and I don't know too much about it. I think that's what it's kind of just going on, is kind of like keeping you in mystery. And it's about a group of friends who are liars, and liars get really, and the lies get really crazy and stuff like that. I've heard amazing things about this, so I can't wait to read it. Next book is Take Me On by Katie McGarry, and Take Me On, that reminds me of Take Me On, Take On Me. If you don't know that song, you need to look it up right now. Eddie Staple. Please listen to it. And Jimmy Fallon does a great lip sync of it. Watch that. Watch it. Anyway, this is the 4th, I think, book in like the Pushing the Limit series, and this is, I don't know who, honestly, I don't do much research when it comes to these series, like the Pushing the Limit series. If it's Katie McGarry, I'm like, so, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. All I know is intertwining characters. I think it's to be about characters that were in her previous novel, Crash Into You, which was amazing. So I'm hoping for a lot of steamy, lovey, romancy for this. The last book I plan to read is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, and that is going to be the 6th and final book of the Mortal Instruments series. We have all been waiting forever for this, and I am happy. I'm so happy that it's coming out, and I'm not sad that it's ending, because this has been a 6-book series. It's had its run. So I'm hoping to see a lot of good things, because I did enjoy the previous one, which was City of Lost Souls. I felt Clary kind of finally got her head on straight and stuff like that, and hopefully she will make wise decisions, because she's not known for that, let's be honest. And I'm excited to read Simon and Isabel and Jace and Sebastian and Alec and Magnus and all the gangs all back together again, yay! And I am just so excited to read it, and hopefully I will finish it by the time I get to BookCon, so I can tell Cassandra Clare what I thought, but knowing me, I probably won't. But either way, I'm still excited about it. And yeah, those are the books that I read and that I plan to read, and hopefully I didn't forget any. What books did you guys read in April, and what books are you planning to read in May? I'm sure a lot of you guys are planning to read the one in City of Heavenly Fire. Maybe we'll do a readathon, a read-along, that thing. Anyway, that is all for me. Sorry for the lighting. Rain, 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 go away, am I right? Bye guys. Oh, this is what happy looks like?
Yep.
Yay!
Yeah.
Next 2, I am so glad to have picked up because of BookTube, because they were my top 2 favorite books